Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. Before I begin, I would just like to thank my viewers and those that have liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. I truly appreciate all of your positive feedback. It's really overwhelming. Thank you so much. This is a general reading, therefore it may or may not resonate with you. If it does not, please go check your moon and your rising sign. In any effect, you should be checking them anyway for extra details into your situation. This is a love reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of January. I'll be using the mini Celtic cross with a lot of clarifiers, as you can see, and the Sibila. I've also pulled for you I wanted to see a little more how your future, how it was going to end. So I pulled three Lenormand cards for you. I pulled an Archangel message and one card from the Angel Answers deck. So we'll begin. The overall energy is the Four of Cups. This is you, basically you're unhappy at having to wait for something. You're dissatisfied with your circumstances and you're unable to see the forest for the trees, basically, is what it is. You have an opportunity there right in front of you, but you don't want to see it. The other overall energy I have for you at the bottom of the other deck, we have the Magician, which is saying you have all the tools you need to do this, to manifest your desire. You need to focus, you need to visualize, and you need to take action. Because the universe can hand you an opportunity, like here, but you have to see it, and you have to take action on it. Otherwise, it's just going to pass you by. So those are your overall energies. Now, I'm going to begin in the distant past. And for that, I'm going to begin with the Sibila. I drew the card of frivolity, which is about indecision. Here we go. It's about going back and forth on a decision and being confused about something. Then I drew the room. Now, for me in this reading, my feeling is that in the past, you may have felt isolated um, with regards to a relationship. Now, this card here, the room, it has the element of surprise about it. So something could have came at you out of the blue. But in that relationship, you may have been too submissive. I have the servant here. Now, if you were in a controlling relationship, somebody who was controlling, manipulative, and he made you feel that way, and that would explain why you would have felt very isolated in that relationship. And then we have the card of thought. And this is you up in your head, thinking, planning. You're still confused, though. We have the confusion card here. It was the first one I drew. And then we have the card of misfortune. So something came from out of the blue. It was something unexpected that shook up that relationship. And we know it's a relationship because I have the home here. And then I have the card of love. But because it's with these negative cards, it represents you feeling that you weren't loved. And again, here you are feeling imprisoned, lonely, unable to express your feelings. And then the card of sorrow. The sorrow is you took a risk on a relationship and you were betting against the odds and you lost. And that was in the past. And so then we work our way over here. Here we have the King of Cups, and that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's you. Here we see a need to balance your emotions. To get clear about what would be acceptable and what would not be acceptable for you on an emotional level. And obviously, this was not acceptable. In that relationship, one person was giving more than the other. So one person was putting the effort and the other one was not, clearly. And then we have the Five of Swords here, which is a hollow victory. So you weighed things up. Most likely you left that a situation, because I do have a card of leaving a situation here. And but you had to leave some things behind, you know. Those two swords could represent pieces of your heart that got left behind. So you lost some things in that challenge, in that battle. But you won in a sense that you didn't let it continue. You got out. And this was divinely guided. The universe stepped in here for you. Because the universe, they always have your back. And so you left that situation. And with the Hierophant and the star, you had faith. You turned your back and you took another path. And you knew there'd be obstacles, but you had hope and faith that down that path there would be a happy outcome, that things would go in your favor. And that's what the star is all about. It brings in hope and optimism. And here we have the Hanged Man, which is it's a card of sacrifice. And of course, we know that you sacrificed something here to move on. And we know that you got clarity on that situation with this Ace of Swords. Um, and also with the Ace of Swords, it was a new beginning in a sense that it was a new way of thinking that that got you out of this and moved you into a new direction. And this could, well, I believe that everything is by design. And here we see the halo here on the Hanged Man. So the universe more than likely played a hand in this. And so then we have you with the Two of Wands here, looking towards the future, to stay or to go, well, we know that you do leave because we have the Chariot here. And again, speaks of decisions, but it also speaks of you taking charge. You're in the driver's seat here, and you are victorious, and you are moving forward. And you are developing something here with the Three of Coins. And the right people are showing up to help you forward. But now remember, we have this card of confusion, the energy of confusion, of unable to see the forest for the trees. That lingers, and that energy is around you, and it's reflected here because we have the sun here in the recent past as we move up. But I drew the Seven of Cups on that, and that is you unable to decide. Perhaps you've got more than one choice. More than one choice moving forward here. Perhaps you have more than one person who you're interested in, as in the or who you were interested in. So, moving into the present, we have you afraid to take a risk on something. Perhaps you're afraid to take a risk on a new relationship. Here we have you with the Justice card weighing things up. And with the Justice, we have the promise that an issue is going to get resolved. But I feel more that I don't think at this point that this has to do with what happened way back here. This is a choice having to do with your future. And it's having to do with a wish fulfillment. Something that you've been wishing for. And the universe is handing this to you, but you see you have the sun here. The universe is handing you this opportunity, but it's like you don't want to see it. But something's going to happen. Some dramatic event is going to happen that's going to propel you towards your wish. You see this Knight of Wands? He's riding right into that wish card. Now up here, what crowns this reading? Whoops. We have the Two of Coins. Oop, again, that reflects decision. Being indecisive, going back and forth on something. Choices. You could be worried about moving forward with something, moving forward with perhaps another relationship. This is a relationship reading. But there is relief coming in. And this confusion again is represented with the moon here. I personally don't think that there's anything hidden. I think this is more about confusion. You may have multiple choices. Uh, you may be seeing more than one person. Um, and after what happened to you in the past, you're afraid to let that guard down on your heart. You're afraid to take a risk on love. There's a need to go in and reflect. The Hermit brings enlightenment. But there's news coming. Good news is coming in quickly. And it can come by mail, text, email, phone. These are rods, and rods speak of passion. So I do believe it's something that affects you emotionally, this news. Um, Remember, we have the Magician here. Even if you have doubts, even if you have fears, know that you have everything you need to manifest your desires. Here in the future, we have the Page of Cups. And this, I feel, is some sort of offer coming in, an offer of love, something that affects you that on an emotional level. You see, we have this message here, and it's just above this page here. And here in the future position, we have it twice. So this is a very, very strong message um, coming in for you. And this is positive news on an emotional level. And these cards are telling you to follow your heart. Trust in your intuition. Because any relationship that you begin here, now, has the potential to bring rewards. It can be very, very emotionally rewarding for you. And this card sitting here amongst these cards tells me, stop worrying. Now, I wanted to give you a little more than that for your future. And so I drew three Lenormand. The first card that came out, the heart. The heart is about love and happiness. It's love that is long lasting. It's prosperity. And then I drew the sun. Happiness, joy, contentment, emotional fulfillment, feeling like you have it all. And then the anchor. A long and happy marriage, a happy, solid relationship, prosperity, security. So this is what you have to look forward to in the future. So whoever's handing you their cup, here, 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 please don't let it pass you by because of fear and doubt. Now, the Archangel message that I have for you is leadership. And the message is, it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And the angel answers card I got is, wow, abundance. Exactly what these cards are saying here in your future. So that's about all I have for you. Um, just remember that you do have all the tools you need to do this. Follow your heart, trust in your intuition, and don't let an opportunity like this pass you by. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the details on how to do that are in the description box below. Thank you so much. Bye bye.